Hello, everyone, and welcome again to the next stream. And today I have a serious question to you. So ask yourself, what makes a good project manager? And it's very easy to think that maybe a lot of experience will make you a great project manager. But at the same time, have you ever saw a colleague or maybe even a friend who has like 15 years of experience and they are not successful in their career? They are just sitting and managing small projects all the time. Or maybe it's also comfortable to think that you can become a great project manager, a successful project manager, if you get more certifications, if you get PMP Prince 2 save certifications, and at some point it will all stack up and you will become a great project manager. But again, maybe you look around and you see your colleagues with PMP certifications, with other credentials, and they are much worse than you in your skills and knowledge in general, and they fail projects from time to time. So this also happens. That leads me to my conclusion of working with hundreds of project managers. I can say that I see connection with one trait. If a project manager is an action taker, they will succeed one way or another. And that's why I'm super excited today, because that's the very first time I will have a guest on this channel. And let me introduce you to one of the members of my membership program, Elizabeth. Let's give a great welcome to Elizabeth.
Hello,
Welcome to the
Dimitri.
channel. You are the very first guest here. I've been a guest on many YouTube channels myself, but that's the first one that I'm bringing a guest here. So, okay, tell the audience a few words about yourself and maybe talk about a bit about your experience, project management experience, what's happened before you joined the program, and we will get into this catchy title for this interview: how you got from a new hired project manager to a portfolio director in just 8 weeks. Right,
Yes, yes,
start where you want.
where I want. Okay, great. Well, I want to start from your introduction. Actually, I was one of those project managers that believed that I needed another qualification to become better, because I could see that some project were not going the way I wanted, or were not flowing, or it was just a lot of work and not efficient, not effective, and not fun, especially that, not fun. So I joined your program particularly because I didn't like the jobs that I had, because of the stressful, because of the lack of satisfaction that I had. And I found that like 4 years ago, actually, I found your videos, and I would always go back to your videos to learn something new that was practical. I know you use the word practical, but it's actually the most practical project management body of knowledge that I could find online. Everything else was Prince 2 was very theoretical, but as soon as the video was finished, I had no idea how to implement that knowledge. So I joined your course, that was October last year. And from there, the acceleration was overnight, I would say. And it actually started with looking for a different position, because I was not very satisfied with the current role that I had as a project manager in this organization. I studied your interview videos about the interview. That was before I joined the course. No, actually, it was after I joined the course, because that was something that you directed me to. So watch these videos, and I remember studying this video, going through this interview, nailing it. I loved it. I had fun, and the response was that they hired me. Like it was acceleration. That's what I really found. Now I'm the sort of person that studies a lot and prepares and do these courses. But like I said, a lot of the content that is online there is in the traditional courses, it's really impossible to translate into practical practical ways that are where you see the results immediately. It's just knowledge that makes sense, but it's not applicable very well in the different situations. So once I was in your course and I started looking at the modules, I found that I would apply the next day. Everything was easy to apply because of your explanation, because of your examples, and because of the coaching, like in person with you, where I could really ask you the questions that I wanted for that specific stakeholder, that specific scenario. So I would apply things the next day and I would see results. It was just a bit of magical. I don't know how to describe it, but it
It
was
works,
very
yeah.
practical. It worked. And in this new role that I got, in less than a month, I was promoted to the position above me, the position where they were trying to recruit someone to manage me, and they appointed me to actually that position that would then manage the project managers team in less than a month that I was at this organization. That
All right.
is the acceleration I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's the kind of success story that I like. Makes me feel great. And I want to break it down. Like I want to give people a lot of details as much as possible so that maybe they can relate to some of them and see where they can implement the same ideas, the same strategies that you did. And by the way, guys, if you are joining, welcome. Say hello to me, to Elizabeta, and tell me where you're coming from. And by the way, feel free to ask your questions. We will either stop at some points or we'll address them at the end of the interview. If you are interested to know some more details about how Elizabeta achieved this or that, or what she practically did during those short few weeks, let us know. All right, so let's break it down. I just want everyone to kind of have the context. So, can you just spell it out? How many years of experience do you have as a project manager? As of today, what certifications do you have? And maybe what kind of industry? So, we understand that it's not IT, but people need to know what kind of work you do.
Yeah, so I have 6 years of experience specifically as a project manager, but I worked in the corporate world for 20 years. So I moved from training, procedures, and then I moved into project management. I have a diploma in project management. I've done courses in change management, project management tools, and my industry is IT, mainly IT. So yeah, so that's my, and I was thinking before I joined your community and your courses, I was thinking of doing another Prince 2 certification. Yeah, it was like, oh, do I want to do that? It's gonna be so abstract. I knew it was gonna be abstract. And it's like, I don't know if I want to do this. And yeah, so that's my background.
Okay,
Yeah, and always
all
studying.
right.
Like I just want to put forward that I always I do always want to improve. It's just that the traditional qualification were not really going anywhere to me.
I see. I see. So, is it fair to say that at some point you, with all these credentials and knowledge that you have, you already understood that, okay, there is nothing else that will make me a
Yeah,
better project manager, no certification, will make me better in terms of like practical application, how I will lead those
absolutely,
projects.
absolutely. Yes, yes.
Okay, good. So you already mentioned this fantastic career growth and uh, after you join the program. Let's discuss like I just want to like speak about your experience from the program. How much time did you spend in the program, like on average? That's the most common question I get these days. So how much time
Yeah.
do I
So.
need to dedicate to a
mm,
program?
So the modules are all there, all visible. So I can follow the modules one by one. Some of them are 15 minutes and some of them are 30 minutes, I'd say. So they can be one of them is so packed with information that is enough, I'd say. So one a day of those is plenty, in my experience. One of the techniques that you also recommend is that we do schedule time to do those modules on a daily basis. That is a practice that I haven't implemented yet because I got so busy in the new role. But it's something that I definitely did at the beginning when I was in that first month of specific project management role, the one that they hired me for. So I did that. I was watching one module a day, and then we had our coaching call once a week. So that is the extent of the time. And I stopped watching all the other videos on YouTube and other things. So that was yeah.
Yeah.
It was,
Okay,
it was
so
enough. It was
give
enough.
us a ballpark hours per day or per week.
So if we say half an hour a day for 5 days a week, plus the hour of coaching call, so that's what is it?
All right.
3.5 hours a week.
Nice. Nice. Because people ask me all the time how much time I need to dedicate to the program, when I should see the results, should I get through the whole program, and so on. And I'm explaining the same thing. This program is not about learning all project management at one sitting. It's all about taking action. You need to
Yeah.
take action, and if you want to be productive, if you want to be successful, the key skill here is to identify what's the most impactful action you can take, what's the low-hanging fruit that you can attack right away.
I've
Okay,
got an
then.
example. I've got an
Okay,
example of
yeah,
that
great,
actually.
go.
One of the first thing that you said is to manage my schedule and to block the time where I am most productive. The next day, I looked at my schedule, and my most productive time is between 8 a.m. and 9:30 a.m. And I blocked it for the entire year. So that piece of calendar is unavailable unless the CEO wants to talk to me. But it's unavailable for meetings because it's booked. Now that made a massive difference because I know that that time is my thinking time, is my creative time, is my not even coffee. Coffee comes after. So if somebody invites me for coffee in that time, I say at 9:30. And that sacred time is also something that I've asked my team to put in place. One of my team members was all scattered with meetings, interruption, and I said, block it. And I've seen the change in his performance as well. So that is from one day to the next, that has already made a difference. Now, some people might already do that, but it's to me is I didn't have that tool. I didn't have that. And recognizing that that is my best time and it's sacred and I need to protect it, because you said other people will impose their schedule on you.
That's exactly
You
my
need to
words.
create, you need to drive your own schedule. And so that is one specific example.
Okay, and how many times since you implemented this, like you block your time, how many times did actually people insisted that you need to meet with me and like break your rule?
Twice.
Twice.
And it was the CEO.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
rest like have
They just,
to
they adapt.
they adapt.
They
That's true.
adapt.
Like it only has an impact on the first day, and it feels like you are blocking all the time. But after that, people just get accustomed to that and they adapt to your schedule.
Yes.
All right. Let's talk specifically more about your actions and maybe how we came up to these actions, whether it was through course, mentoring, maybe some specific actions like this one. So, what do you think brought you from a newly hired project manager to promoted role to portfolio director in such a short time? Because you probably did a lot of hard theoretical stuff that only certified PMP and program managers can do. Tell us about it.
Yeah. It's with this organization, one of the most important aspects is people. And I used the stakeholders modules to implemented that not for the stakeholders of my projects, but the stakeholders of the organization. So I created the template that you provide. And every time I met a new person in the organization, I would just go into my own stakeholders template where I would just write a note where I met this person, what was the name, what they did. That simple action allowed me to call people by their names the next day. So within 2 weeks, I knew more people and more names, and I remember their names more than people that had been there for a couple of months. So I use those same principles, the same tool for stakeholders for a project. And that person, I met him, I like simple things like she was very friendly, blah, blah, blah. My little notes, my little comments, and they allow me to just remember these people straight away. I remember what they did, their name, because I wrote it down. I took the time to integrate that newly person that I met. So there was a tool that I accelerated how management perceive me. This is a person that actually can deal with stakeholders, can talk to anyone at any level. And that is why it was easy for them to promote me up, because they said, we've been trying to recruit that person above, which was that role. They had the IT skills, but they don't have the people skills that you do. And I do believe that a part of that demonstrating my people skills was in my ability to connect with anyone, remember anyone, ask the right person the right question, because I took a note of who they were. So that definitely is a tool that accelerated. And I've never done it.
Stakeholder management, stakeholder register. Okay, can you talk a bit more? Is this like a sophisticated tool? Do you use any specific software to do that?
It's
how does it
Excel.
look?
It's just Excel.
Okay.
So
what
just
columns
name,
do you have there?
columns, name, my notes, department. That's it. That's all I need, and who they report to, because that allow me to really go on the org chart and speak, because I knew in which team they belong to. So, that person, you know that person. I asked that person, yeah, I know that person. So I just, it was all easily connected. Yeah, and that was only the first 2 weeks. So it's not something that I continue now, because it was done really well in the first 2 weeks.
All right. So you have mentioned the productivity trick with your ideal week, or blocking the time. Then stakeholder register. What else?
It was let me think of a specific tools, because I have some. The project charter, where we define what the project is, what the intention is, like a statement for this project. And there is another tool that helped me create the understanding of the project, because some of the projects were already in flight. So I had to quickly gather the basic knowledge of that project. And the project charter guided me into finding, you need to know about this. And now I know exactly what this project is about. So completing that template allowed me to accelerate my knowledge about that project, because I had the key pieces that I need to know about. That document was also passed on to the new stakeholders that were joining the team, and they will quickly understand what the project was about. So that is the project charter. Then the project stakeholders, which are used for the rest of, for each specific project. I use the risk register. I use the minute taking, the reporting. Like, there's so many tools. And the good thing is that every time I need, like, I can refresh. Every time I create a report, I can always go back to the module and just rewatch the video about that, which I did the other day, actually. I went back to the report and said, I just want to see if I'm missing something, or if there's some pieces of information that I forgot to add or included and should not be there because it's irrelevant. And so I went back to the module and I realized that I was missing a bit. So I added that into my report. So the ability to go back to those modules is incredible, because every project is different and I change as a project manager. So when I change, those modules reveal to me different things that I didn't hear before, or I didn't get, didn't understand how they would work. But having experienced a bit more and going back to those modules, I say, oh, I know what he means by that. I know what Dimitro means by that. Now it makes sense why he said that. So it's that ongoing growth, I'd say. It's not a course that is
Yeah.
dead.
I think
Yeah.
like there is one important note that I mentioned during these workshops that we had last week, but I think people don't understand the value. Like once you have one source of truth in terms of project management knowledge, maybe you like a book or online course, it's much more valuable to revisit it based on your experience, because you will see the same situations explained in those book or course through different lens, through the lens of the experience you gain. And rather than going and getting more and more online courses that teach you like broaden your skills, it's much better to go deeper, revisit the same course, find new ideas to implement, and so on. Okay, we have one
Absolutely.
question, and maybe we can quickly answer it. How long is the coaching call? Throughout the program or on the request? So you joined in October. How many coaching calls did we have? Like maybe
Uh,
10, 15?
Weekly, many,
Weekly,
lots.
yeah, weekly from October. So, guys, coaching calls happen weekly, and the minimum that I promise to any new cohort of students is like 8 weeks. But as you can see with Elizabeth, we already have like several months of these meetings, and they happen on Wednesdays. We have currently 2 time slots to address the needs of Australia uh, and the needs of US and Europe. So we'll find time, but usually it's Wednesdays. I send an invite, you register for the call, and you come and we speak through all the challenges. All right, I have a quiz test for you. Maybe I didn't put it in our meeting notes here, but we've been talking a lot about tailoring recently, project tailoring. And as you remember, like project tailoring is a skill to tie different processes and tools together, and specifically maybe to the needs of the project or to the needs of stakeholders. And I remember we discussed a lot how to tailor different ideas of the project management to your organization. Maybe you can remember a few examples of where you actually took the general project management concept and implemented it, but you tailored to the needs of your specific new organization that you just joined.
Yes. So, for example, I'd say the stakeholders is one of them, one of the tools that it's always live, so it can expand and it can be readjusted. So some of the columns were adjusted based on, for example, we had some quite a lot of external stakeholders, so they had different different rating on how to engage them. So that was a slight modification of that tool. And again, it's going back to the module on stakeholders, revisiting, and then using it back again in that specific project. Risk is another area. There's quite a few categories of risks that you provide that allow the project managers to just check that I've listed all my risks. So that those categories are amazing. Because there's this, oh, I haven't thought about that. Oh, I haven't. For example, one of the categories is project management. Are there any risks in the project management space? Could be resources, time, tools. I don't remember all of them, but having that checklist on all the risk categories is really valuable to create this risk register that is all encompassing. So, and not all projects have got those many risks, but at least having that checklist of all the possible categories allows a really makes you look good because you like you covered everything. I can't think of anything else. That's what stakeholders say. Yeah, pretty much these are all our risks. So you look good.
Yes.
And I think that is the difference that I see in this course, that you always look at you like you as if you're a step ahead. I always feel like I'm a step ahead of the possible question, the possible risks, the possible report. When they ask, why isn't this? I have an answer because I've already evaluated that in the course or in our coaching call. Now, just another clarification on the coaching call. It is an hour, but it feels like 10 because of the amount of information that is passed through from you. And I can come to a coaching call with my specific question. I remember there was once where I had a specific stakeholder's behavior that I brought to the coaching call. We addressed that, and then the next day I implemented it and resolved it. So those coaching calls are intense, rich. But yeah, I can't speak highly enough of those calls.
Yeah, I can remember at least like a dozen of these coaching calls where we said, okay, that's enough. That's enough to implement for the next week. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
But generally, yeah, that's again brings me back to the idea that learning frameworks, getting certifications, yeah, you can get one to ensure that you get the interviews, you get into these, you get more opportunities in the job search. But after that, there is a law of diminishing returns. Getting more certifications won't help. You cannot implement those knowledge, like you cannot take this framework and install it in an organization. It doesn't work like that. No one will give you such an opportunity ever. Like in your career, you will never like become a project manager uh, who will install the first version of project management in the company. Most probably it's like 0.00% probability of that. Okay, so I totally pumped and excited by these the short feedback loop. Like we talked about some improvement, and you go and did it right away, and it worked. So there is also reinforcement of behavior. Like this is a
Absolutely.
basic habit development. If you see that action leads to results, you will repeat the same action. And what I'm trying to explain everyone here that project tailoring is the key, because it's about small improvements over time on the most impactful things. All right, let's answer one more question. How many total hours of video are there in the course? Zabata, do you know how many hours are there?
No.
No. Okay,
No.
I did calculate it okay. The main course on project management, I would say it's about 15 hours in total. But James, I think maybe it's a different James, but I remember answering this question. You should be very careful about this thinking like, okay, it's a long course, it's a short course, I don't have time. This is not an online course. We're not talking about online course. This is a mentorship program. The idea is that you can go through the course, and if you are totally new as a project manager, like most probably that will be your main task, main focus. But I question that as well, by the way, because most probably you need to first start with a resume. That's a topic we will discuss a bit later. But you need to ask yourself, what's my biggest problem, or what's my next goal? And then together we will identify this goal, this problem, or solution to this problem, and you'll go implement it. Ideally, something that you can do in a week or two. And then you come back and find out the next problem and the next improvement that you can make. And if you are already a project manager, this shouldn't be a problem. You should identify and pinpoint the bottlenecks and work on them. And for that, you don't need to learn the course end to end. you can jump into, for example, stakeholder management or risk management section, learn what you need, go and implement. So action will always beat theoretical learning here. All
And
right, guys.
and in
Yeah,
just adding to that, Dimitro, your video also talk about this won't work because. So you really provide the mistakes that people normally make because you've seen everything, you've seen it all. And so
yeah,
it won't work if you do this, it won't work if you do that. Like you just shortcut all the mistakes that other courses don't talk about, other videos don't talk about. Say, oh yeah, you engage with stakeholders, you talk like this, blah, blah, blah. But your videos add, don't do this because, don't do that because, if you do this, this is the result you're gonna get, so don't do it. So there's all that acceleration, again, that's the word, acceleration into becoming really good without having to have made all those mistakes. And
yep,
there's a lot of your YouTube videos online. And again, I found that like every time I watch them, I just go, oh, I just want to know more. I want to know more. I just want to know how. And it is in this mentorship that the how is really clear through conversations with you, where sometimes you say to me, go and revisit these modules about, for example, leadership. Go and revisit those and you'll find support for what we just talked about. So it's a library that is alive. That's why it's hard to say how many hours. It's forever in a way, and it's always there, and it's supported by the mentorship and your availability to answer questions, because your
yep,
questions are always not yes, no, but it's like this is the module. So there's a lot to do. Yeah.
yeah. And like definitely project management, like I have a saying that I repeat all the time, like all projects are unique, but project management is the same. But there is a caveat. It's the same on conceptual level. And then when we get back to unique projects and unique situations, that's where you need to be creative. And some people may think, okay, what does it mean that I have to work with a mentor like you, like for forever? And then the answer is no, because at some point you will clearly see that my answers will be all the same. You will have some framework of resolving problems one after another, either through the courses, or you will develop your own project management approach, or your own leadership style. Uh, the courses, my teachings will be foundations. And as it's like a saying, maybe it's great when students become better than the teacher. And I'm all for it. For that, I share everything I know, but I assume that you will become better project managers than I am, because you have a great starting point. You have a foundation. I had to learn this all from trenches, like most of you guys. So okay, uh, I want to switch gears to your promotion and talk about it a bit, because we all like here, most of this audience or the people that are watching us today, they are project managers or want to be project managers. But I know for sure that project management skills can open doors to many more career paths. So, talk about a bit, please, your new role. What do you do? How your responsibilities extended, and maybe what's exciting about your new role compared to the role of project manager?
Yeah. So this role manages project managers. That's one side. But also has been is in charge of creating a framework of project management for the organization that is currently not in place. So it's an opportunity for me to take all the knowledge about project management and translate that for people who don't have project management or who are project managers without the things that I know from this course. So it's really teaching them the things I've learned, which is the best way to learn as well. So when I have to explain why we're engaging stakeholders this way and why don't we do it that way, is um, because I've learned, because I know I got the knowledge. So this role is really, it's becoming me the teacher, me the guidance, which makes me a better at project management, at leadership, at every aspect of being a leader of a group of project managers. So it's an amazing opportunity. I wasn't expecting it, but obviously how I showed the confidence, the clarity, the stakeholder engagement, the understanding, the preparation was something that gave confidence that yeah, she can definitely lead us there. And I know that with the backing of the mentorship, the questions, the course, I know that I can use everything to translate it to people who are not in this mentorship, but yet maybe. um, but yeah, it is that opportunity to the next level opportunity, as well as working with executives and CEOs, where the strategic overview, there's support me. My role is supporting the vision becoming a reality, which is exciting, which is fulfilling. I absolutely, one thing that I said to you, since I joined the mentorship, I actually love my job because of the confidence that I have, because of the results that I see. And the promotion is the cherry on top. I didn't go for that, it just came. And so that is the first time that I absolutely love going to work. And that didn't happen before. And another Prince 2 qualification would have definitely not given me that, for sure. For sure.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So, do you feel like additional responsibility for people like that you need to lead?
Yes, I do. I do. But I'm ready. I'm excited. Yeah. Yeah,
Nice,
definitely.
nice. All right, let me just remind people that it's a Q&A session, and you can ask us questions, both Elizabeth from, and she will answer everything from her own experience with the program or me. And we have about maybe 10 more minutes because it's very early in Australia and Elizabeth will need to go to job soon. So if you have any questions, it's a great moment to write them out in the chat wherever you watch. And I see here's a comment. Destiny, Dmitry, it will be nice if we get a beginner who went through the program. Okay, to that, I have a proposal, Destiny. I know you already joined the program. If you give me like maybe 2-3 months, and we'll work through your situation, through your education in project management, maybe in next enrollment, in the next cohort, you will be a guest here talking with me about this experience. How about that? So I would like to know more about what to expect. Tomorrow will start my first live course with IT. Yes. So we'll be talking about what to expect from your first days as a project manager. Maybe Elizabeth, can you share your experience of starting as a new project manager in the organization? You have a benefit of like experience, but I think you can share a few good strategies for people to maximize their impact during the first maybe few weeks, months in any new organization.
I think it's the confidence that I get because this course is very practical. I I become straight away that confidence. It's like this knowledge is so simple. Like your explanation are very simple. There's nothing complex, but it is so practical that it's easy to do the next day or a minute after you watch the video. It, that gives the confidence. And as we said, that there was evidence that it worked, which gives more confidence, which makes you go back to the course. It's it, it goes up. It goes up. So I think that the confidence, so that I know what I'm talking about and I know it works, because Dimitro has already tested what doesn't work. He told me what doesn't work, but I know what works. That is the confidence. It's like somebody who's done that same job for, I don't know, screwing the widgets. They know it works, that if you screw that screw, it works. That is the same confidence that this program has given me. And so, it's easy, but it's not arrogance. So it's not that I know everything. I know what works and what doesn't work because I watched the videos and I was in the coaching call. That to me is the key, is the foundation to everything, because you can't be shaken as a project manager. And if, sometimes stakeholders come to me, oh, can we do it this way? And I say, actually, yeah, that works even better than the way I did it. For example, in a project, I had different working groups, and it was becoming really hard for me to update everybody on everything until it was suggested that we do an all-in group meeting, which we implemented, and it's working really well. So that came from the team. So it's not that arrogance that I know everything, but it's the confidence is like, actually, that's going to work. The stakeholders will feel empowered, so everybody wins. I would reduce time in updating everyone about the same things. I win. And it was implemented the next day. So it's that confidence that, yes, it's going to work, it makes sense, and we can trial it and remove it the next day if it doesn't work. So again, it's not arrogance. It's just that like somebody's got my back, which is the course and your mentorship and the conversation we had during that week. That is the big thing that no amount of Prince 2 courses and no amount of YouTube videos and no amount of books can give you. Really, that's
So is it like fair to say that you got maybe developed a skill of like how to solve problems, how to look into problems from more practical perspective, especially from leadership perspective, that yes, you don't have to have all the answers, but you know how to get those answers from expertise that you have access to.
absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. And again, in that stakeholders modules, you talk about the expertise, and that clicked. You're like, yeah, I don't need to know everything. I need to leverage on the expert. So these are concepts that we heard. All the videos talk about that. But the way you say, and the don't do it this way, do it this way, that's the key. That's the key of this program. Yeah.
Nice. He has a nice comment from Rodney. Rodney is also our member of mentorship program, but he's from Canada. So well done, Elizabeth. Congratulations on your promotion.
Thank you.
Nice. This is the kind of supportive, like-minded project managers we have here on the inside. All right, we'll be wrapping up a bit in a bit. Maybe if you have any question, guys, that would be the last opportunity for you to write it. Okay, there are some people joining, and yes, Elizabeth is one of the members, students of the IT Project Management Mentorship Program, and the doors to this program are currently open. And yes, she is talking about her experience and her success story based on what we were able to achieve together. And credit to Elizabeth for taking all these great actions. As I started this live stream with questions. So what makes a great project manager? I hope you now see that taking actions, even if they are small, if they see like small ones, that's the key. Learning certifications, getting certification, learning full frameworks, just to take this action is actually, it's a kind of procrastination. You're trying to get yourself busy, not to make the hard work. And taking these actions usually is a hard work because you need to take responsibility, you need to work with people, you need to educate them, and so on and so on. So, so yes, this, if you have any questions to me, Elisabetta, then feel free to write them. And another, well done.
Yeah. Thank
Nice.
you.
All right. So as you see, we have some people here, and I assume they are project managers, and maybe they're considering joining the program. What would you tell them about the program? And feel free to share anything that comes to your mind, as if you would, like, I don't know, talk to your friend, because I assume that this audience is a friendly one where all here project managers pursuing one goal.
Yeah. So before the promotion, and that was so in the first probably few weeks, I I enjoy going to work because of, I don't know, there was that the sense of I know what I'm talking about rather than I hope this is gonna work, or it hasn't worked in the past. I'm not sure why it hasn't worked in the past. I hope it works. So there was, I moved from that I hope it works to I know what I'm doing. And that is what that is a change in my life, right? So and even before the promotion, I said to you, Dimitri, you changed my life because of that change in how I was going to work. Now, I like I say, I study, I have experience, so it's not that I was a brand new manager, but it was that I hope it works. That got removed. That got removed, and that way the peace, the confidence, the calm, the leadership, the settled comes in. I didn't find anything like this anyway. After the promotion, I said, Dimitri, you changed my life again, but it was a completely different level. And yeah, I did take the action. So that is, it doesn't come just because you listen to Dimitri and his courses. But as I said, every time you take one of those actions, even one, you just get so much return on investment from one action that you just want to do another one and see. It's really exciting. It's an exciting journey. That what has been for me. It's been exciting every time we had a coaching call. Like it was at 9 p.m. I could not sleep that night because I want to do this and I want to do that and I want to try this. And then the next morning I did it and it worked. And it's like, this is amazing. Um, that's the most the way I can describe this course. That was my experience, and I think it's repeatable for anyone else. But yeah, you need to take the action. You need to trust that Dimitri's experience actually is practical, as he says in all his material. It is practical, and when it's practical, you get the results. Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. It's very kind words to hear, and it warms my heart,
Good.
especially
Good.
when it's supported by real-world examples like you, with your success, with your action. And I believe that people like you actually drive this profession and make it so desirable for many people to become project managers, leaders, because uh, let's be honest, we have the impact. Even in organization, we can organize our project as a separate company inside company. We have our own rules, our own leadership, our work-life balance. Everything is in your hands as a project manager and leader. Okay, Elizabeth, I know we are getting close to the time, so thank you so much. I really appreciate your time, and maybe we
You.
can do some other interviews as well, more specifically about your experience as a leader of project managers, because I know we have in the audience a lot of senior project managers as well. So I hope
Wonderful.
to see you next time on this channel again, and we'll meet on our next coaching call on Wednesday. And guys, if
You
you want
bet.
to join our party on Wednesday, let me talk about your options with the program. Okay,
Thank
then
you.
thank you much. I'll continue with the rest of the audience, and thank you again. See you next time, Elizabeth.
You bet. Thank you so much, Dimitri.
All right, guys. Here we are. This was a short conversation with Elizabeth. Elizabeth is one of my members in the IT Project Management Mastery Program. And if you are interested to get the same kind of results, if you want to have the same impact, uh, let me just give you a quick overview of what you can get and how you can benefit of working with me and with my program. Okay, I'll quickly share my presentation for you and we'll get started. Actually, let me just click. And by the way, at any point you can ask me questions. I'm here to answer them. I'm here to provide you with all the required information so that you can make a decision whether you want to join or not. And I'm totally okay if you decide that, okay, it's not something that I want to do. But basically, I don't want you to regret not taking this action today just because something wasn't clear, something that I maybe didn't explain well. So, all right, IT Project Management Mastery Program. Why and who should consider this? I have a very short, I would say, self-identification checklist for you. And if you feel like you have these symptoms at your work, then that's a good sign that you should be joining the program. So symptom number one, you sit in project meetings for 5+ hours per day. And this is bad because if you think about it, project meetings are like duct tape or band-aid of poor project management. Maybe you are haunted by the thoughts of the major failure that could damage your reputation or your project, or you feel like like that project management don't work and you need some better source of knowledge. Something that we actually discussed with Elizabeth before she joined the program. Symptom number three, your team members and stakeholders, they all work in a different way. And as a result, they give you a lot of documentation, a lot of artifacts on project management in all possible formats. And you can like just do a quick check. Uh, for example, estimates. What formats do you provide? Do you get estimates? Do you need to copy and paste them a lot? Do you need to format those estimates? What about reports? The same idea. If you get a report from the team, can you just copy paste it into the project report? And in general, if like they provide you it in the correct form, why couldn't they send it to customers? So think about the multitude of manual work you need to do in project management. Symptom number four, you need to talk to team members to get their status updates on tasks and assignments. And this is a clear sign of disconnect or not tailored project management tool that you use, whether it's Jira, Asana, or any other tool that you use. Excuse me. Symptom number five, you feel like theory you learn from courses, books, certifications are actually like it's out of this world. They give you these frameworks, they look beautiful, but you don't know how to implement them. And a lot of my students in the programs, they have all certifications in the world, and still before joining the program, they were struggling to lead projects. And symptom number six, you're constantly firefighting unexpected problems that you didn't anticipate. Uh, this is like, I don't know, a lot of project managers complain about it, but if you think about it on a deeper level, on a root cause level, it's like project management is designed to predict your project and plan it out and anticipate problems. And if you're firefighting a lot, that means that something's wrong in the project management approach or culture in the organization. So if you feel any of the symptoms, if you see them inside your workspace, your workplace, company, on your project, that's a good sign that you need to consider the program. Because what's actually happening is that you have a disconnected or untailored project management approach. And I see it like a set of conveyors. So every tool and process in your organization is a conveyor with these belts and there are boxes on it. But some conveyors are not attached to one another. So you have to manually move boxes from one place to another so that the process keeps going. So every time you need to manually transfer data or information to make your project work, that's a sign of disconnected project management. And the problem that I see in the world is that the project management is a superstructure or subset of processes which you need to put between what any company has in terms of policies and processes. And if you work for clients, there is another set below that. So there is, by default, like by design, there are no certifications or no trainings that will give you the exact project management framework that will fit perfectly well in an organization and will work efficiently for any given project. So instead, all great project managers know that it's all about tailoring pieces. And when we are talking about tailoring pieces, it mostly means that you need to do these small improvements, small actions, as we discussed with Elizabeth just now. You need to identify what's not working in this system and find the correct solution and implement it. And here's a good thing. There are like dozens upon dozens, like hundreds of small things that any project manager can improve on almost any project that you get. And you don't need any specific approvals or working with stakeholders to implement those small improvements. In essence, a lot of such improvements are in your power. You can do it yourself. That's why what I teach in the program and inside my courses that we mentioned is that mastering project tailoring is the most efficient way to ensure the success of any project and to become a great project manager. Again, it's not more complicated than taking small action and improving it one at a time. And if you have the right soft skills, like you know how to delegate, you can do like 2, 3, 5 such improvements at a time. And like every year, you can implement dozens of them. And as a result, the compound effect will be that you will not spend much time to manage the project. The projects will manage it themselves. So this is why I created the IT Project Management Mastery Mentorship Program. And this is the most comprehensive mentorship program for ambitious IT project managers, for project managers who want to take actions. And it's designed first to help you with any project and to help you become a go-to expert in project management. Inside the program, you will find a detailed course on proven and tailored project management framework that comes from my experience, like 12 years of running IT projects of all sizes, starting from small software development projects and to huge enterprise systems and even startups with AI and big data. Then direct support from me, from a seasoned project management mentor. There is so much nuances, small tweaks, and use cases in real life that no course will ever cover it. So the tailored project management framework that I teach, it teaches concepts, best practices, what works, what doesn't work. But at the same time, I totally get it that you will have unique situations, and I will need you to, I will help you to cover these knowledge and skills gaps through my coaching sessions. There will be a lot additional material that I teach, in-depth tutorials and explanations on different topics, and so much more. There's also a unique approach to transform you from a self-taught project manager into industry-recognized leader who makes visible impact even by doing this routine work. And if you've been here for the whole interview with Elizabeta, you heard that she didn't do anything super special. It was quite standard, maybe typical approaches, but they were like improved by, I would say, practical knowledge and experience, what works, what doesn't work, and so on. So this approach, like through that you will implement, will help you to understand the impact that you make, and it will help you to fight the imposter syndrome. It will give you more confidence. You'll feel like you are actually a leader rather than a manager who just creates and manages Jira on the project. Okay, last but not least, there is also a step-by-step leadership and motivational system to help you win any person in a matter of days, so that you can lead your team, stakeholders with clarity, focus, and result-driven strategies. So, if we break it down, then the program looks like this. The first part is IT project management course. There are 5 main modules. I will explain the theory, but again, it's a practical theory. It's a theory that works in the real world, that gives you structure, that gives you all the ideas that you need to understand about project management. Then we will fill out that framework with practical skills on how to start a project, how to work with stakeholders, how to engage team, how to plan the project in the real world without this theory of all different tools. Instead, I'll explain it as a Lego set where you know why you need each piece and how to combine it with other pieces. Then how to execute project, everything like from running meetings to managing your own time and routines that will help you save your sanity, I would say, to run multiple projects. And a module on Scrum and Kanban to ensure that you have, again, the practical real-world understanding of how Agile frameworks work, instead of getting this theoretical knowledge about Scrum and Kanban that comes from Agile coaches who are, let's be honest, they are a bit dogmatic about their applications. Okay, and that's just the beginning. If you've been on Power of Project Tailoring, I explained how this course becomes a knowledge of your project management knowledge set, which you can scale up and down to the needs of any organization. And it will help you to understand how the organization works in terms of project management. It won't be like you will come to a blank page and you don't understand what's going on, what are the processes, and so on. This course will give you this whole foundation so that any organization will be familiar to you in terms of project management. But that's just first part. The second part, and I think that's the most important part, unlike any other online course on project management, this one is a mentorship program. That's why I'll be here to provide the mentorship support that no other certification or course provides. I'll help you to lead projects. I'll help you to solve problems and overcome challenges. And we'll have these weekly coaching calls. If you're interested, it's on Wednesdays. We have multiple time slots to ensure that people from different parts of the world can participate. And they last about 60 to 80 minutes where we cover all the questions. But also we have this forum where you can ask questions without participating live. You can write your question or record a video and ask your question. And I will be the first responder to that question. And maybe other project managers will chime in and provide you some insights. All right. You see some scary price tags, and you might be thinking, so what's my investment? maybe you have already saw this, but let me just walk you through the thought process, how you should think about any course, online program, and any purchase online. I would say to that extent. So whenever you invest into anything, you invest in yourself, and you should be asking yourself, okay, how will I get a return on this investment? For example, you want to increase your professional skills, you want to improve your project management knowledge, you want to maybe advance your career, and you will start by analyzing the alternatives. So, what are the alternatives? If you would take everything that I have in the program, plus my experience, plus everything that I share on coaching calls, you would need to hire a career coach, get the certifications they tell you to get, hire a resume writer, be a mentor part-time, and on top of that, you will need to spend time with every single person, depending on your period of career. And it would cost you thousands of dollars and huge amount of time because you need to find them. I have a one-on-one coaching package which provides almost the same set of results, and it's about $6,000 if we do it one-on-one. And a lot of you guys, I understand, you may think, okay, everything is free online on YouTube, even on your channel, Dmitro, you have hundreds of videos. I can learn everything there. But you should be asking yourself, what are you really paying to master this yourself? So first of all, you will spend, if you have full-time job, let's be honest, like you will spend 3 to 5 years to do the same kind of research, systematization. You will need to filter out legit project managers from copywriters, this theoretical knowledge from practical experience, and so on. It will take a lot of time. And if the time is the only problem for you and you have a lot of time, then you still need to think about your unearned income. And if you just pause your career and spend like a year, maybe half a year to learn project management from scratch, what would be the unearned income on that? The same 3 years you can spend with me using the frameworks that I provide, and it will boost your career. Using the words from our conversation with Elizabeth, it will accelerate everything that you do. And my calculations show that you might be losing about $200,000 every 10 years. And at the same time, I was thinking about my goals, my aspirations, and I believe that if I train 10,000 great project managers through my programs, courses, and they will impact 100 people each throughout their career, at least. I know they will impact much more. The world will be a better place. So that's why I considered what would be the affordable investment from your side. And that's why the whole program, like this 12 years of experience, coaching calls, project management course, you can get today. The doors are open for a few more days, but you can get it for $217 now. And then you will pay 4 more installments each 30 days monthly. So 5 installments of $217. And you get access to everything that I mentioned here. And then there is another option to get it all with one-time investment of $997. Plus you'll get a small bonus. And if you guys I don't know, from the names, maybe you just stumble upon this live stream and you don't know me, I want to make it as risk-free as possible. I know that buying from the internet is risky. So I give you this special guarantee, like 30 days, learn it, apply it, master it, money back guarantee. Because I'm so confident that you'll see results in your professional development, that you'll have 30 days to learn all the materials, apply them at your job or to get a job, and you'll see success. And you have nothing to lose, maybe some time to focus on the vision that drives your project to success and makes you a great project manager. And if that's what not enough, I have a lot of bonuses to that, because I know you have some challenges, and through because I've been teaching this for many years, there are people here right now who are overloaded. They have a lot of projects and they don't have time. Or you may have a different job and you want to become a project manager, you can't find the time. That's why I provide you my productivity system for ambitious project managers that you can implement basically in any tool, but I have a recommended tool that I use to manage all my work here. YouTube channel, business, everything, and I used it for during my professional career as well. It will help you to gain from 5 to 15 hours each week based on the productivity principles that I explained. Again, leadership and motivational framework, bonus number 2. And some of you may feel like I'm not good at soft skills. I don't know how to lead, motivate people. And if I'm a new project manager, that's even worse, because you need to lead established engineers in the IT industry. They have all their critical thinking and so on. So how are you going to lead them? I say you shouldn't be worried, because leadership and motivation is actually a skill. You can develop it, and with correct set of knowledge, you will understand that it's a very repeatable process, and there are triggers that allow you to motivate people. There is nothing innate. You don't need to be a natural born leader to be a great project manager. And as you implement all these practical insights from this program, you'll begin to realize that you bring immense value. And in just a few months, you may feel as though you're outgrowing your environment, or you will feel that you want your boss to see your impact. Because not everyone will be as lucky as Elisabetta. She got a great boss. They saw her potential, they saw her impact on the organization, and they promoted you. But for most of you guys, you must be promoting yourself, your achievements, your skills. And again, I've got you covered as well in this program, because bonus number 3 is my achievements-based resume framework. And it's a career development system, which is based on this approach or this format of resume that I tested. I used it to build my own career, and many other students used it as well. But it's not just about resume, it's the whole career development framework. So even if you are like a new project manager, or if you are aspiring project manager, this will be your first exercise, because a lot of, and again, I will tie this back to action taking. So let me just talk this through, because I believe there might be some people here who are not project managers and they want to jump to project managers role. You need to understand that your first action is not to learn project management. It's instead, you need to understand what's your first action, and you need to do the assessment of your experience and skills. And you may feel like right now you don't have anything to show as a project manager. You cannot apply to project manager's role. That's why you need to get PMP and Prince2 or any other certification. But think about it, what will happen? You will spend 6, maybe 12 months to get those certifications, and then you will just put that few words, few letters on your resume. And that will be the same old resume that doesn't position you as a project manager. That's why I recommend that everyone starts from creating a resume that specifically talks about your project management skills, even if you don't have any experience. There are cool ways to transform your unrelated experience in achievements that would be beneficial for a role of a project manager. So I'll teach you this process in 12 lessons. You have access to many tools that will help you write your new resume. Then you will be able to optimize your LinkedIn profile. Basically, from one side, you will reuse your resume. From the other side, there are a lot of technical nuances in your profile that you need to set up to ensure that recruiters can find you, even if you don't search for them. And last but not least, salary negotiation masterclass, because I believe that most project managers undervalue themselves and they sell themselves short. And again, I will pause here and talk about return on investment, because this is the way you can get the return on investment in this course, in this program, very quickly. You can do this course, you can rewrite your resume in about, I would say, 2 weeks is a normal standard for project managers. And if you have experience, I can guarantee that, like, I'm almost certain that with a new resume, you can go out on job search and get a job much better with maybe 10 or 15% increase in salary. And this delta will be your return on investment. You will get your money back in about 2-3 months, almost, in any range of salaries. So you can think about this investment like that. If you are in career advancement period of your life, if you want to get a better job, promotion, or anything, that's the way to do it. All right. And after that, and I like project management skills because they are applicable across multiple domains, and you will learn that there are a lot of possibilities for you to get into other roles with the same skill sets, with the same, almost the same resumes. And as you heard from Elizabeth, she went from project manager to director of project management, or director of portfolio. But you have other options as well. So to summarize it, to put it all together, here's what you get in the program. 5 modules on project management, practical, tailored approach, plus examples, templates, and a lot of supporting materials that will help you understand how to do it in the real world, even if you do it for the first time. Then my productivity system, which I use to lead 7 projects in parallel, developing 12 different applications. So bonus number 2, my leadership and motivational framework. Again, I talked about it on workshop, if you were present, that leadership and motivation should be tailored to the processes and policies of organization, plus to the goals of the project. And then it becomes so much more powerful, because people see the connection between their efforts and the outcomes and the rewards that they get. Bonus number 3 is achievements-based resume, which is your career development framework for the rest of your life if you are in this management leadership set of skills or careers. And all of that is supplemented, enhanced by 12 years of my experience and my direct support on all your problems, challenges, and aspirations. Okay, so if that sounds great, if you want to get the same results as Elizabeth did a few minutes ago, she explained how she went from a newly hired project manager to portfolio director in 8 weeks just by joining this program, working with me on the coaching calls. You can go to itpmschool.com/pmm and you can enroll into the program. Or if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I don't know if Rodney is still here, but he's also a member of the program. He may provide some insights as well. Or you can ask me any questions that you have. Again, my goal here is to help you to decide. If you decide that this program is not for me, I'm not going to join. I got the idea. It's better that I will go and master it all on my own. That's okay. Then no hard feelings from my side. I wish you good luck. I believe that a lot of project managers have the skills and knowledge to do that. I just want you to consider the real implications, because it's very easy to dismiss the efforts it takes to master project management and build successful career. All right. Let me see. All right, Rodney wrote. As I said, Rodney is one of our members. The course is good for understanding PM concepts. The book is great for interviews. He's talking about this book. And never be scared to level up in life or your career when you have the tools to succeed, given by Dmitro. Thank you so much, Rodney. All right, guys. Maybe I will spice it up for you. If you don't have a book and you will enroll in the program while we're still here on the call, I will give you a gift. I will give you the ebook version of my practical project management book, and that will be a collection, top set of all project management knowledge that you can in all the formats. You have videos, you have live conversations with me, you have books. That will be like the only source you will need for the rest of your management and leadership career. All you need to do is like subscribe or enroll in the program here while I'm still on the call. Let me know in the comments, and I will mark you. I will send you the link to ebooks. All right. If you are already interested, all you need to do is to go to itpmschool.com/PMM. I'll give you a link in a second in the chat so that you don't need to type anything. Boom. Here's the link. Let me know if you have any questions. I will stay here for maybe a few more minutes. If you have any questions, write them now. If not, then I hope you had learned something interesting today from our conversation. One thing that people ask me as well, especially people who are not project managers, who just want to become project managers, whether this course provides mock training or exercises to train some skills. And the answer is no, but I want you to consider why you're asking this and how you perceive project management in the real world, because definitely we can spend, I don't know, it will take months, like full-time job months, to get you through a mock project, or I will give you some exercises that you do just like isolated from everything else. But I think that will be a disservice to you, because you will never experience the same exercise in the real life, almost guaranteed. Because from one side, every project will be unique, every environment will be unique, people will be different, so it's not repeatable like that. Moreover, a lot of project management happens as a conversation. We're just talking about problems and solutions. It's the matter how you ask the questions, how you structure your conversation, how you allow people to speak freely and not going in any defensive ideas and so on. And it's all about leadership and motivation and practice. So I think that if you get a training, if someone teaches you like a mock project and you do some exercises, that will be so isolated that you may create a wrong perspective. And it's much better to understand the concepts from practical standpoint, from practical implementation, and then be able to creatively implement it on the spot, rather than trying to find an exercise in vacuum that will never repeat again. Kim Tumor. I really appreciate all your hard work. It's not easy to put this work together. Just note you are appreciated. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you. All right, guys. And then thank you for your participation once again. Just be mindful that the doors to the program are open for a very short time because, as I said, we will continue working with the students who enroll and we'll make sure that they succeed in their careers and projects. So basically, you have a few days left. Let me just show you quickly the countdown. After that, the program will be closed. And I don't know yet when we're going to reopen, but there are literally 2 days, 11 hours, and 34 minutes left before the doors close. So if you want to join, that's the great moment. The next great moment was yesterday. Okay, so I hope to see you all inside. And thank you so much for participation. I hope our interview with Elizabeta was insightful, maybe a bit inspirational, so that you take action and drive your career, accelerate your career to the next level. All right. See you next time. Bye bye.